What's good, y'all? I'm here to talk about the buffs and changes I've made for Incineroar in my ROM hack, but before I get into explaining my thought process behind the stat tweaks, the ability choices, and most importantly, all of the crazy new moves and all of the effects of these moves, I want to have a disclaimer for any new viewers. First of all, shout out to y'all. Appreciate you clicking on the video. It means a lot. Make sure y'all, drop a like, a comment, all that good stuff. I know it's annoying when people ask for that, but it's very helpful. And also, while you're at it, especially if you're a new viewer, I recommend you pause the video and read the description. If you're returning and you haven't done that yet, I do also recommend you read the description. It's got a bullet point list covering all of the basics of the ROM hack and my balancing process and my thought process. So I also have videos explaining all that stuff and videos explaining every other Pokemon change of the game that you can check out when you're done with this one. And most importantly, the Google Sheet link down below, the nuzlockes. I've got the move guide where I cover and categorize every single move in the game into these categories you see on the screen. You can click on them, it'll take you there. It's very easy to navigate and understand. So do all that when you're done with the video. Don't click off yet because it'll mess up the watch time. Also make sure if you make it to the end, first of all, try to make it to the end, and if you do, let me know. But yeah, Incineroar. So I fucking hate Incineroar, I'm not gonna lie. I still hold resentment to this stupid fucking thing back when, Gen 7 was coming out and Torracat was revealed, and I was so hyped because I love cats, and I was like, yo, he's gonna be such a cool panther, fire panther, let's go. And then they turned him into a fucking furry, and I still resent it for that. I know a lot of people like him, I respect it if you do, but I personally hate him. That's not going to stop you from giving him, fitting and cool buffs. All three abilities fit him perfectly. Moxie, very, very, if starters could have three abilities in vanilla, then I think Moxie would be a very good choice flavor-wise. And then all of the final save starters do not keep Blaze, Overgrow, or Torrent. Not that they're bad abilities necessarily, they're actually pretty good, but it's just more interesting and unique to play with. So Reckless is an immediate damage boost. Moxie is really good with Choice Scarf or with Pyro Dash and Sucker Punch, aka priority moves. And that's also why I beefed up their speed to base 80. I mean, I remember back in the Sweltering Sun days, I made the video for Incineroar, and somebody was like, I don't see 80 speed personally, and I disagree with you. I think you specifically, whoever commented that a year ago, no, just anybody in general who thinks that 80 is too fast. If you look at the real Pokemon and like the speed tiers for base 80, like tons of Pokemon that have no business having base 80 have base 80, And obviously I tend to change those, like Goodra, for example, has no business being base 80. But I think, a cat, he can still run on all fours. He's still like a wrestler. He's still a cat. He's still relatively nimble. Obviously, he doesn't make sense to have like 100, 120 speed or anything crazy like that. But, I think 80 is reasonable. I'd say anywhere from 70 to 80. I'd say even 85 I could see if you really wanted to stretch that. But yeah, I think 80 is a good number. He's still got his good old bulk. Obviously, the bulk isn't anything crazy anymore. There are tons of Intimidate mons with bulk that are bulking this, so he's not. This isn't a VGC doubles hack, right? Where people are like, oh my god, you give Incineroar fake out. What do you actually? Doesn't he already gets fake out, doesn't he? Yeah, that's the whole fucking point. Why he's right? Is it only transfer only? I swear he gets that. Isn't it like the whole... Yeah, he gets fake out. I'm not crazy. Anyway, enough ranting about the doubles stuff, because there's like 2 or 3 double battles in this ROM hack at most. It's a singles ROM hack, singles oriented. And of course, it plays differently than actual competitive singles because you're fighting AI that isn't switching around constantly, so it changes the entire dynamic of the game. But yeah, it's cool because you have that Moxie for the Snowball, Intimidate for the defensive utility, and then Reckless for the immediate damage boost. You have Hell Thrust and Brutal Swing for dark recoil moves. Brutal Swing is Dark Tap Double Edge. Flare Blitz is Flare Blitz. Flame Wheel is really good with Moxie, especially because it gives you a speed boost, so you can use like Flame Wheel to finish something off. Like for example, chip something in range, switch move / hard switch into your Incineroar, get it on the field, quick claw, flame wheel, finish them off, get +1 attack and +1 speed, and you can go from there. Finishing blow is also incredibly powerful at level 60. I gave that because he's like a wrestler, so it could be like a little finishing move, right? I've been trying to not give that move to many mons because it's pretty broken with move relearner, because it's like so easy to just slap on finishing blow and then slap on speed boosting moves or priority moves with no risk. So you can easily just slap on Sucker Punch and Pyro Dash being fire type quick attack, and just, +4 attack with the finishing blow plus Moxie. You have +4 attack priority moves and you're kind of going insane. So that's very strong late game. Obviously Flame Wheel Moxie strong. Intimidate is good, good old reliable. It's good as always, right? It's always been good. I don't love the way the ability functions in Nuzlockes because it can be risky with crits and stuff, and there are some guaranteed crit moves that Intimidate won't work on anymore, but in general it's still an incredible ability. It always will be. It makes you much tankier. You can do Intimidate parting shot shenanigans. You guys know the deal. That's not anything new with Incineroar, although he does have reliable recovery now in Morning Sun, because pretty much every single Pokemon in the game that would want recovery gets it as an option now. Double Edge is kind of cool with Reckless for earlier on. It's very early, right? You'll have it before you evolve even, so that's, you know, 150 power Reckless boosted move. So that's stronger than like Stab Fire Punch at the time, or even Stab Blaze Kick. So it is your strongest neutral attack. Although a lot of the time with Move Relearner, you're going to be teaching coverage anyway. You're going to be hitting things super effectively. So that does play a lot differently than Sweltering Sun. And yeah, Reckless Scarf is good for that immediate damage boost, while Moxie requires a little bit of extra, you know, play time to get that boost. I'm honestly, I would hate to use this thing because I also don't like Moxie very much. I don't like sweeping burst to AI. I think it's very brainless. I think Moxie Scarf is like, you know, just, or all the other Moxie stuff I said with priority moves, it's really cheesy, especially because Pyro Dash and Sucker Punch out-prioritize the single-use consumable Quick Claw in this game, so that also like cheeses a lot of the anti-setup stuff. I don't know, just not a fan of it. But also Terra type is cool. You know, you've got your Encore, you've got, you know, fun Terra. You can use like defensive Terra, or depending on the Terra type you pull, right? It's all supposed to be RNG'd. You can read more about that in the description or watch the other videos that'll explain why that is. But it's pretty cool. You know, you can get like a cool one like Rock or Fairy or Electric, so you get like a, or Fighting, right? So you get like a coverage Reckless boosted stab move. Or you can, any Terra type, right? Any defensive Terra, you know, Black Sludge, Terra Poison would be sick. All types of fun ones you could get, you know, normal even with Double Edge and Stab Fake Out and all that good stuff. It's really just fun regardless of what Terra type you get. Yeah, like I said, also Strength is also Rock type Double Edge. Supercell Slam is also boosted, but it's only good with Wide Lens, so I wouldn't really bother with it. Very niche use case. Maybe once in a while you might, like, if you need to blow up like a slower Pokemon that's weak to Electric, I guess. But even then, like, Banded Wild Charge is stronger, and of course, that deals recoil, while Supercell Slam with Wide Lens deals no recoil, so yeah, there's some use case there, I guess, but pretty niche. Yeah, I don't know, Battle Cry plus Intimidate. Battle Cry drops attack and special attack by -2. That's also really nice paired with Parting Shot and Morning Sun. You can do some Yawn stuff, although that's also inconsistent and unreliable. Flame, we already said, is great. Burn Up is really cool early on. So Burn Up is a guaranteed burn 130 power move that also removes your fire type, which can be good defensively, right? Like if you're, for example, you click Burn Up in front of a rock or a rock or, you know, ground or whatever, you burn them, you deal good damage because 130 power, even if it's only off of 60 or 70 base special attack, is still incredibly strong. And then you burn them, and yeah, you can finish them off after, and or you could wall them or switch, whatever you want to do, right? So that's really fun. Burn Up is a cool ass move. I gave it super early because I think it's still cool for them to have some usable special moves early on. It's also why I gave them Blast Burn upon evolution. Blast Burn is essentially Overheat now. It's 140 power, while actual Overheat functions like Special Flare Blitz. So yeah, Blast Burn really strong. Level 36, you know, also cool for mixed sets. Like you can Blast Burn, finish something off, and then go for a physical move after. I don't know, there's a couple other small things I could touch on, but I think I've covered pretty much everything. You know, Temper Flare and Wicked Blow are both Wicked Blow variants. Blazing Assault is a physical version of Blast Burn. Yeah, I don't know, man. You've got it's very straightforward changes, to be honest. I don't need to talk too much about them. Early game, you've got your Intimidate, you've got like Smog for a guaranteed poison, you've got some multi-hit moves, which are good with loaded dice for the whole game. Fury Swipes for stab. Beat Up is also good. Roar is good. I don't know, man. I think I heard pretty much all the important stuff. So, yeah, a couple of small things I could touch on, but I trust that you can all look into it on your own. Blaze is obviously good as well in the Torracat, right? Endure plus Salac Berry or Lychee Berry Blaze is incredibly powerful early game. You can get like several kills in a row, honestly, with that in theory. I also give them Fire Fang earlier because 2 badges, it ranges from level 18 to 24, I believe. So depending on the game path, I want to guarantee that you get physical Fire Stab because they don't make, I mean, you get Pyro Dash, so that's only 45 power. So I want to guarantee you get like stronger Fire Stab, you know, 75 base power, Fire Fang there. You do have Heat Crash, but that's only going to be like 40, 60 base power at that point in the game. So yeah, that's one of the few Pokemon to get a TM move by level up. Otherwise, I avoid overlap between those two because TM moves are already so crowded, and level up moves are already so crowded with all the new love moves in the game, so it's best to not have overlap between those two. This doesn't make sense. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for listening if you made it to the end. Drop a comment, all that good stuff. I appreciate it, and I'll be back for more coming up, y'all. Peace.